It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, school bells ring August 5th in Wayne County, and the Wayne County School Board met Tuesday afternoon. The question everyone wants to know is what is the status of the renovation project at James E. Bacon Elementary School as August 5th quickly is approaching. School Superintendent Dr. Sean Kelly gave the update at the board meeting on Tuesday.
And then James E. Bacon, it's progressing. Spoke to the project manager the other day. They're working 7 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day, trying to get everything completed as much as possible. We are hopeful that we will begin the school year with enough rooms so that all students can be at James E. Bacon. We are planning, however, for that not to be the case. We have a contingency plan, a draft contingency plan that involves using the rooms over here at Coastal Plains, and it involves using rooms across the street at the church. Mr. Ellis and I have worked all that out. We are prepared to publish that in the very near future. I know there was a question about other rooms in other places. There are about 3 or 4 rooms in Screven. That may hold a grade band. If we chose to do that, talking to Mr. Ellis, Jamie Ellis, we feel like the kids being here close to campus and all of them being together might be the best thing. We will, we've provided that contingency plan to you guys, but we're open for any comments, suggestions, or anything else that you wish to provide.
And once again, the superintendent says progress is being made. The construction taking place 7 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day. But the school system is making plans like the school will not be ready. Once again, the plan is to have all the kids arrive at James E. Bacon every morning, and if they have to bus kids to Jesup Church of God in the Coastal Plains building right next door, that's the plan that they have come up with. The superintendent says James E. Bacon Principal Jamie Ellis will inform teachers, students, and parents where and when they need to report. That information will be made available closer to the August 5th date. But again, the hope is to have as many classrooms ready at the beginning of school on August 5th. But again, the school system making contingency plans just in case the school is not ready. On the COVID front, the school system says they're aware of the rising cases in Wayne County, but school is not in session at this time, and as of today, all schools plan to be open and run normal schedules. The board moved forward with their agreement to provide 2 more resource officers, one at each of the middle schools. The high school already has one in place. Board Chairman Nick Ellis says the hope is that in the near future, an officer will be placed at every school in the county. Ray Davis says the state and federal government are talking about providing funding for such safety measures. Joe McKipkin says the school system is moving in the right direction, is taking security at the schools very seriously. Personnel also on the agenda with school approaching. Here's a list of personnel which was approved at the board meeting last night. Certified recommendations: Mallory Aaron, James E. Bacon; Jennifer Birch, James E. Bacon; Catherine Fikes, Jesup Elementary; Rachel Shannon, Arthur Williams Middle School. Certified transfer: Jana Collins becomes the new assistant superintendent. She moves from the central office special ed director to central office as the assistant school superintendent. Certified resignations: Micah Brockington, Wayne County High School. Classified recommendations: Susan Case and James E. Bacon; Cecilia Diaz, central office; Julie Dorsey, transportation; Rhonda Jones, Odom Elementary; Valerie Jordan, Odom Elementary; Carmen Corculis, transportation; Harry Lacey, transportation; Kayla Santana, Jesup Elementary; Ryan Smith, Wayne County High School; Nicholas Turner, James E. Bacon; Tamisha Turner, Wayne County High School; Kirsty Woodcock, Jesup Elementary. Classified transfers: Sandra Lewis, Odom Elementary bookkeeper to Wayne County High School bookkeeper. Classified resignations: Janice Boyd, transportation; Regina Jenkins, James E. Bacon; Holly Lane, Odom Elementary; Robin Thorne, transportation; Bobby Truliv, Arthur Williams Middle School; Anna Vega, James E. Bacon. One classified termination: Amy Reddish, transportation. Again, school systems get underway on August the 5th. The Wayne County High School is going to hold a freshman orientation on Thursday, August 4th from 1 to 3 p.m. in the high school auditorium. This is for all incoming freshmen and for students only. At 3 p.m., they ask that parents join their students for a brief informal session at the high school auditorium. Then they will visit teachers' classrooms for open house at 3:30 p.m. Wayne County High School open house for all grades will be held on August 4th from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Entry into the building will not be allowed until freshman orientation is completed. Students and parents may visit the classrooms until 6:30. Student schedules will be available on parent-student portal by August 3rd and may be printed or downloaded. If you do not have access to your schedule, you may stop by the Commons area to obtain the schedule. If you have a concern with repeated courses, blank spots in the schedule, or pathway completion needs, please use the Google form on the high school counseling page to log your issue. All problems must be submitted by 3 p.m. on August 9th. Adjustments will be made if deemed necessary within the first week of school. Please do not make duplicate requests as it will back the log system, causing delays for everyone. If you have a student who plans to drive, they'll have 2 opportunities prior to the first day of school to purchase a parking decal. Those 2 dates are July 26th and August 4th. Parking permit request must be completed online. The Wayne County High School parking permit agreement can be found on the RevTrack site. In addition to the agreement, students must purchase a parking permit on RevTrack in the amount of $30. Instructions for accessing RevTrack are as follows. Visit the website. Once at the website, click the Wayne County High School, then click Parking Permits. Deadline to complete this online process for the July 26th pickup is set for July 25th. Supporting documents required include the following: tag registration card, agreement signed by the student and parent, valid Georgia driver's license, and proof of current insurance. Please make sure all fields in the application are completed. Both parent and student signatures are on the agreement, and all documents are required at time of pickup. Students who successfully complete the online agreement and payment process for the parking permits will be able to pick up their parking decals on July 26th at the high school in the administration office, room 802, with Mrs. Maynor. Seniors will be able to pick up their parking decals from 9 to 11, underclassmen from 1 to 3. There'll be a second round of parking permit pickup on open house on August the 4th. Deadline for this payment will be Wednesday, August 3rd. No parking permit request will be done in person. All requests must be completed online. Jesup City Commissioners met last night. We'll come back, take a look at that meeting right after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Jesup City Commissioners met Tuesday night. On the agenda, an executive session to discuss a legal issue. The board members spent over an hour behind closed doors, then came back and announced that no action was taken. Under items of business, they received a good audit report from Kel Harris, showing the city of Jesup in good financial shape. The board voted to rezone the property request of Corey Wood to rezone property from C1 to residential. He plans to build apartments. The property, 151 South 2nd Street, 198 South 2nd Street, 446 West Plum Street. The commissioners voted unanimously for the rezoning of the property after the public hearing. Fire Chief Josh Huffman given permission to bid for an SUV and a pickup truck for the department. Money is budgeted for both items, $40,000 for the SUV, $75,000 for the truck. City Commissioner Tim Caulfield, under items with commissioners, praised the firefighters in Jesup PD for their work on the fire in downtown Jesup. Caulfield says he didn't want to overlook anyone, but wanted Chief Hutchman and his fire department to know how much the city appreciates the work they do. Caulfield says the department's responded quickly, did an excellent job for the city of Jesup. Still no leads in who started that fire. Permission given to the wastewater treatment plant to purchase and install diffusers, which they stated are 7 years old, and they gave permission to the water department to bid to repair a manhole. City commissioners will conduct a work session to cover their redistricting plan that has been submitted by the state. That work session is set for 2 hours before their next board meeting is set for August 2nd. That's the look at your city council meeting from Tuesday. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news. Reminder, it's election year 2022. WIFO continues to bring you comments from the various candidates seeking office. Yesterday on the Butch and Bob Show, we had on Tyler Harper, the Republican candidate for State Agriculture Commissioner. Tomorrow, we'll focus on the last local race in Wayne County as Wayne County District 4 voters decide who will represent them on the County Commissioners Board. Longtime incumbent James Thomas will join us next week on our show, but his opponent, Republican candidate Fred Anderson, joins us tomorrow on the Butch and Bob Show. Mr. Anderson seeking that 4th District seat. The race is between he and Mr. James Thomas. Once again, county commissioners run on party tickets. James Thomas ran unopposed on the Democratic ticket in the primary, where Mr. Anderson ran unopposed on the Republican ticket. Now they square off this November with the winner serving on the county council. Council already will have 3 new faces come January, with Tim Hopkins, Mike Gordon, and Jamie Hickox all set to join the board in January. Question remains, will there be a 4th new member? That question will be answered again by the voters of District 4 in November. Once again, candidate Fred Anderson in studio tomorrow on the world famous Butch and Bob Show, and James Thomas is set to join us one day next week. As soon as we set that date, we'll pass that information along. One final news note, don't forget the next community blood drive is set for Calvary Baptist Church on Monday, August 15th from 1 to 6 p.m. We're asking people to make appointments. Again, you can get a call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or you can go to their website, redcrossblood.org, type in Jesup and set an appointment. Once again, the date, Monday, August 15th from 1 to 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.